you mad? I'm playing chess, you're playing the next board. I'm going to put a spoon down your throat. You can't control me. We're not under Sharia yet, you mad? You can't do any turn. Nick, 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 Nick. Bring up the papage, planting. Oh, the Mitzraj! I ain't paying no attention to you, you mad? Do your thing! I'm gonna chuck a spoon down your throat. Snick, 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 snick. You can't do any trick. I'm playing chess, you're playing heavyweight. Bring up the popo. I'm speaker's corner, not road. I'm your god, stop doing stuff. You can't control me. We're not under Sharia yet, you mad. Ta-ding, ta-ding. Ta-ding, ding. Ta-ding, ta-ding. Ta-ding, ta-ding. Ta-ding, ta-ding. Do your thing.
Who's that bloody one? Okay, let me read a couple of comments first. Before I go on, happy Eid, everyone. Happy Eid to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Hope you're having a good time. From the biggest Islamophobe in the world, saying Eid, happy Eid. So now the title is pretty clear. Mr. Amaraz, you fat roly-poly prick. Don't tell Punjabis what our own words mean. You're Kashmiri, you little turd. It's like a French person or a British person telling a French person what French words mean. You can't decide what the word means because you think it means that. If it means something, that like what Art said, puddi daye, it doesn't mean nothing to do with your mother, you little pussy-o. It means pussy-o, basically. God's sakes. He thinks he has the right to determine what a word means from the Punjabi language, which is our language, but because it's Punjabi, is not I'm Punjabi, although he's Muslims, you have Muslims, Hindu, Sikhs, Christian Punjabis. It's our language. We know what those words mean. You can't tell us that freaking Pudida means your mum. Let me say something. This is not about the rights or wrongs of swearing. I'm not going into the rights or wrongs of swearing. I'm not going to go into anything to do with that. What I'm trying to say is that if there's a word within the Punjabi language that everybody knows means one thing, and then that fat roly-poly pubeless prick who's Kashmiri is then telling us that nah, it means this. You can't tell us what the word means. We know what it means. Well, let me just go through a couple of comments. I'm going to talk about Speaker's Corner because obviously Raspik done the pilgrimage to the Raj again. I think it was like 9 goddamn laps on that horse. I was riding him like it was in a Grand National. Freaking his leg nearly broke. Now let me say something to you, Raspik. If you're going to do the pilgrimage to the Raj and you're going to do 9 laps, eat. As you was walking around, you looked like you was about to faint. That's how goddamn skinny you was by the time you finished. All right, so let me say Romy Thomason, yeah, is now too famous for YouTube. Let me say, I'm going to explain why, yeah, because Romy Thomason, I nearly spat my food out when I heard his name on a particular program. And so I'll explain what happened later. TA Sasrika, Raj, bro, how you good? Raj, you gotta represent that Khanda. I'm not sure if let me just say something. I'm not the best person to represent the Khanda. I can only represent myself. The Khanda is a religious symbol, and I'm not a good represent. One thing that people have right, I'm not a good representation of a Sikh. So I've never claimed to be, and hopefully I will be one day, but at the moment I'm not. So I don't want to take that responsibility. But thanks anyway. Weebed, it's getting heated on Raspix or Reggie. Oh, Urban and that. Don't freaking advertise other goddamn channels, you little prick. I'm gonna block you next time you do that. Sandy, yeah, Sandy. Robert White. You tell Raj you need to get some dough. I'm going. I don't know. Tling, yeah. Luke Kate and the new Fit Raj 8.0. Yeah, I'm not at the 8.0 yet, but I will get there soon. Big up the Raj. Don't say that Raj. Would the Muslims ever say happy with suck? Let me say something, TA. We look, because they won't say it to us, it doesn't mean we shouldn't reciprocate. 2 wrongs don't make a right. I would say happy Eid to my Muslim brothers and sisters. I don't have no issue with that. I used to say it all the time you have to understand from my perspective, when I was younger, I was in a whole Muslim area. I was one of the only Sikhs, and I say happy Eid all the time. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Just because they may not say happy Diwali back or happy Vaisakhi back, that's not the reason why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it so they say it back to me. I'm just doing it out of respect. Analyze Dunya. Let's see who else is there. Weebed, Utopian. Kashmir was once Punjab, not. I don't know, but it has a different language and dialect. I'm going to explain what the problem is with somebody from a different region of India telling somebody else from a different part of that country what words in their language mean. It doesn't make sense. It's like a British person going over to France and telling a Frenchman, well, no, that word doesn't mean that. It means this. It's not your right to go over somewhere and determine what words mean. And if you take offense to a word like that fat roly-poly did, then that's your problem. That's not Big R's problem. It's your problem how you took the word. His intention was not to insult your mum. But if you think it insulted your mum, then you're a prick. I'll tell you that straight now. Shiva Data Data. And as I say, big up the kafar, we run things. Yeah, damn right we do. See her live's back. See her live. The little Jihadi Jane's back in the house. I don't know what she's up to. I'm scared because the more silent she is, the more I think she's getting up to something quite maniacal. So I don't know what she's been doing. But then again, I've not been keeping up to date, so I can't really say. Deity Rod in the building, Mr. Prayer, Gatcharada Zama, TNT Greeks in the house. I have to say, I was actually quite glad to see that little bald-headed Greek after a long time. Yeah, it was kind of. Then I hated him. For a second, I felt quite. Oh, it's TNT Greeks. Then within literally 30 seconds, I was fed up. I was all right. I've seen him now. He's gone. So I did feel like, oh, it's TNT Greeks just for a minute, and that's quite a big thing for me. So take it as a compliment. I don't normally feel that. I don't normally say that. So he always thinks I'm bashing him, but yeah, I did for literally 15 seconds. Think to myself, oh, there's TNT Greeks. Let's say hello to Angela Monahan's in the house. Big up. What? Fat. Oh, he always gets me, that fat, holy. Didn't get me though. Analyze. Don't have Babi Yaga. Oh, my little witch friend. Mohin Khan, the man that got freaking exposed like no man's been exposed before. When internet trolling goes wrong, the original. Yeah, I know. See a lot scaring me. You know, some people, when they're silent, it's not a good thing. It means something's happening bad. So with Still Alive, whenever I don't hear nothing, I'm like, oh no, something's cooking behind the scenes. She's like she's making a master expose cake. And I said the word cake, you fat prick, roly-poly. Stop celebrating Muhammad's birthday. You're worse than a Christian if you do that. Now, let me say something first. I have no issues with people celebrating birthdays. Sikhs celebrate the Guru's birthdays. Yeah, we call it Gurpurab when they're born. Christians do it as well with Christmas. But when you have that fat roly-poly telling everybody, oh, Mr. Amaraz, that fat roly-poly pubeless prick, telling everybody, oh, you're a pagan, you're this, you're that, because you celebrate Christmas, you think you're doing the same goddamn thing, yeah? You are a kuffar. Grade A. No doubt about it. Eat your freaking cake. Yeah? I'm going to bring you a cake to Speaker's Corner and shove it down your throat with a freaking... I'll get that... No, I better not say... I was about to say something that sounds threatening, so let me not just say it. Let me not say that. So, Rashma actors in here. Or let me say something here. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Why are people allowing certain individuals like that fat roly-poly? There's another guy called Real TV and a few other people. Why are you allowing your Muslim sister, hijabi sister, to be abused so mercilessly online? Now, the abuse is not just making fun of her. They're talking about smashing her head in. Yeah, they're talking about beating her up. Is this the kind of standard of your men, that you're letting your own Muslim brothers abuse a Muslim sister? You're always complaining about hijabi sisters being abused on the street. What about her? What I've read comments, from people like this Real TV, this fat Amaraz, and all of these people saying they're gonna come to Speaker's Corner and smash her head in, knock her out and stuff like that. And you think that's totally okay? You still have these people on your panel, still having them use your mods, still don't think it. You need to freaking more buck yourselves up, and be bloody Bunday for once, I'm talking to the Muslim brothers. Don't let your Muslim sister, hijabi sister, get abused like that mercilessly. You look like pussy holes on there, or pudida. All right, so when the day comes, when an Islamophobic, so-called Islamophobic Sikh has to defend his hijabi girl, there's a problem. Yeah, there's a problem. You need to look at yourselves and buck yourselves up if you need me to defend your hijabi sister. when I'm the one that's supposed to be a goddamn Islamophobe, and you guys are running around freaking shouting obscenities towards her and stuff. So Jordan M's there. If Jordan M's there on Monday, I'm gonna try come Sunday. If Rashma comes on Sunday, I'm gonna try and come on Sunday. I'll try and do an interview. I'm sick and tired of people on these platforms allowing Rashma Akhtar to be not just abused. Remember this, not just abused. They're saying physical violence. They're gonna come down and smash her head in. This is not acceptable. If you are allowing that to happen to your Muslim sister online, and then you complain about them getting Muslim sister with hijabs getting abused on the street, then you're a freaking hypocrite, man. You're a hypocrite. How you're letting your Muslim, I'm not just talking about Muslim women in general. Women in general, yeah. If you want to say something against people, like if I had a problem with CLI and I was gonna, I was gonna give her some, I don't know, some heat, I wouldn't use anything violent. I would only say what I got to do. So I don't think this is acceptable. Hopefully Jordan M can maybe say something to these pricks. Let me say something, Jordan M. There's a guy called Real TV, Mr. Amaraz. Speak to Rashma Akhtar, because I've seen the comments. They are saying stuff like they're going to come Speaker's Corner. I think I read one comment that he's going to chuck a chair at Rashma Akhtar's head, something like that, in Speaker's Corner. I know, CLO. You'll only freaking, well, I don't know, get me thrown in jail or something. I don't know what she'll do to me. All right, so what? First things first. I went back Speaker's Corner on Sunday. I hadn't been for 3 months, and let's just say it was pretty weird, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Going back after such a long time, I think it was a good break for me, because it allowed me to come back in and assess what I like about Speaker's Corner and what I dislike. Now, I've said it before. The reason I took a break is pretty simple. My priorities are not Speaker's Corner. And I want people to understand this. My priorities are not live streams. Now, my biggest problem for the last year and a half, my priority was Speaker's Corner and live streams. And that is not acceptable. So I had to take a step back and say to myself that my priority is my family first, yeah, my artwork and career second. And if I got time to go Speaker's Corner on a Sunday, I will go. Yeah. Now, I still have a 20-year plan. That plan is still in effect. A big up TOTN. Big him up, big him up. All right, bruv. How you doing, my bruv? You down the pub? Yeah. We'll go down and bust a nut. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to do my Cockney accent, whatever it is. So, calls in the house. So, Tim, you soon. So, and the other thing that was quite nice is that Romy Thomas said, the other thing is that I, for the last few months, have actually spent more time within the Sikh community, yeah. And one of my biggest problems is this: I'm very detached from people. I'm almost like a robot sometimes. Like I don't really kind of like, when I go places, I normally go alone. So even when you saw my video of the 1984 event, I'm walking through by myself. I've always kind of been like that. Like I go places by myself and I do things by myself. And I'm like a cyborg almost. Like I'm just walking through. And one of the biggest problems with this is that I'm not really communicating, even though I'm there. And what I've tried to do over the last couple of weeks, because I've been to a lot of programs because of my Amritsar massacre drawing. So as you can see, it's still not done. I've started another drawing, but it's still not done. So this drawing, you know, I'm still working on it. I haven't even done it, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to start a new drawing. As you can see, still got lots to do on it. This particular drawing, I ended up going to a lot of functions. Is Banksy in the house? Is Banksy there? I heard someone say Banksy. So I went to a lot of functions for Vaisakhi. So Vaisakhi is the most important time of the year for Sikhs. and I spent a lot of time just kind of at exhibitions, and that was good for me because it allowed me to spend more time with my community and stuff like that, and I don't know, just sort of bond a bit more because I'm very aloof sometimes, and I've got to try my best to not be too aloof. Yeah. So how you going, my little Banksy Styles? Big up 72 Virgin Goats. I've not seen him since. Now, groomers exposed. There was leaflets in Gurudara Ilford. Was there leaflets about what? Oh, Colin Aliwi. I saw you. Let me just say something again. Happy Eid to everybody. Happy Eid to all my Muslim brothers and sisters. I hope you had a good time. I know it must sound quite weird coming from the biggest Islamophobe in the world. Allegedly, and Shahid Pathan Rolla's here. Shahid's here, little Shahid. Shahid, he's in. So big up to Shahid as well. Shahid's turned into a proper little man lately. I heard it. I hadn't been listening to the live streams for a bit. I hadn't listened to the live streams for a bit, and I listened a bit, and that Shahid sounds like a freaking grown ass man. He's gone through puberty since I've stopped listening. He's like all of a sudden he's talking like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna come down. He was always saying he's gonna threaten people, but it was kind of laughable before. No offense, Shahid. When you used to threaten people before with that squeaky voice of yours, it was laughable. It was like a freaking I don't know, a little baby threatening someone. Now I can take you a bit more seriously. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna explain. Firstly, the situation with this Amaraz, yeah. Now to Mr. Amaraz, you fat roly-poly prick, yeah, you cannot, and let me explain something to you. You are Kashmiri. You are Kashmiri. You're not Punjabi. You're Kashmiri. If Big Ard is on that, and let me just say something to you, yeah. Let me just say something. That live stream with Big Ards, that fat roly-poly pubeless prick, and all of those people on there, yeah, that was a very disturbing live stream. Look at it, Sophia Lewis. When are we gonna get Sophia Lewis back in the park, man? People are asking where Sophia Lewis is, man. When are we gonna get her back, causing some mayhem? I don't know when she's gonna come back though. God knows what's gonna happen. I don't know what to do. I mean, it was like 30-something degrees. She could have looked as cute as she wanted to, but she freaking still doesn't turn up. So basically, yeah, I know Sophia Lewis. So have I. Prioritize. Let me say something. Prioritize. So when it comes to the language, yeah. Now let me just say from the offset, my Punjabi isn't that great. Yeah. In fact, it can get from terrible to terrible. Now, very terrible to terrible, depending on how much time I spend within the Sikh community. I have a problem, which is that I've always, since I'm little, been disassociated. I spend a lot of time by myself, or not really communicating with like relatives and stuff. So my Punjabi goes sometimes really terrible because I'm not speaking enough. Because it's about practice. It's official. Because for me, Punjabi is actually my second language, not my first language. Some people, Punjabi is their first language and English is their second. For me, it's always been my second language. And depending on the time, it can go from really terrible to terrible. It has never been good. Yeah. Now, what it is this year, yes, the Indian languages, whether it's Kashmiri, Hindi, Punjabi, all of these are very similar in terms of dialect and in terms of certain words being very similar. But let me say something to you, yeah, because I listened to that particular live stream when Big Ards, and let me say something about Big Ards, yeah, Big Ards, yeah. Today you was okay, but for the last couple of months here, you've been freaking bitching and whining non-stop about me. I don't know what's wrong with you. Hopefully when I see you, you don't have your freaking panties in a freaking knot. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to make you do the lap of the Raj freaking 50 times. Because I'm sick and tired of him. I mean, it was okay today, thank God, when I heard him. So basically, the intention of the individual speaking is what's most important. So when big odds, let me explain. Put the, I don't want to say it too long now because I'm bronze over there. Because one of the things I've said is that my family comes first. And one of the things is when I'm shouting a lot, it upsets the family dynamic. It upsets my family and stuff. So I don't want to shout too much. One of the things is, yeah, when it comes to certain words, yeah, you cannot say that you think it means this if the person saying it meant this. So the word pudida, yeah, just means pussy or pussy. Yeah, it's not a great word, but I use that as well. In fact, on Sunday, I said it like freaking 10 times. I don't normally swear in Punjabi because the Punjabi swear words are pretty bad. So I don't like saying. So if you said, let me give you like, if you said Marjor there, that means MFer. Banjord means sister effer. And these kind of words I don't normally like saying because they're quite vulgar. But when I don't know what it is about Pudida, I do say that. I'm not gonna lie here. And so Bigards just said you're to Amaraz, you're Pudida, yeah. I've never heard not once in my life, yeah, that somebody took that as being an insult to their mother. Not once. And I've heard people say that to lots of people. So you cannot, you fat roly-poly, say to Bigards that that word, it was an insult to your mother. Because it's not an insult to your mother. I don't care what your Kashmiri language says, yeah. You freaking take that and stick up your own goddamn ass. Yeah. When Bigards, who's a Punjabi, says Pudida, he was referring to you being a pussy-o. That's it. And then what did you do? You start cursing at his mum. You're going to do this to her. You're going to do that to her. You're going to do this to her. You're a sick individual, man. Until I meet you, the day I meet you, I'm going to shove a freaking cake down your throat. And then you can celebrate Muhammad's birthday for the rest of your life, you kuffar. So when it comes to that, I want people to understand that the intention of a word, yeah, because you think something means something, it doesn't mean you're right. The word has a meaning behind it that the Punjabis have never really associated with insulting mothers and stuff. Yeah, never. So you can't bring that into the equation. It's a Punjabi slang. It's a Punjabi kind of slur. Now, just to prove it, on Sunday when I was at Speaker's Corner. Now, let me say something. When I was at Speaker's Corner, I didn't go there to get into any hassle or anything. My plan was to only highlight the 1984 issue, and that was it. I don't want to get into any arguments. I didn't want to get into any problems or anything because I wanted to keep the day quite fixed on the event. Unfortunately, when I went down there, that little horsey started following me. So as I walked, had his live stream on, started following me. And let me say something. I'm not going to talk to people who say, when you come down to the park, I'm going to hot you up, yeah? This is what Raspik says on his live streams. Every time I see that Raj and that Saeedi, I'm going to hot them up. If that's your attitude, yeah, towards me, what I'm going to do is just make you walk and do the lap of the Raj 50,000 times if I have to. And before you think you can out stubborn me, it's impossible. You cannot out stubborn me. If I have to walk for 100 laps around Speaker's Corner before you stop, I will do it. You understand? I will do it. I'm not a type of person that just gives up. I will just keep on going and going until you drop. So he started following me, yeah, and you can watch the video. He's, you know, doing his horsey noises, whatever he's doing, blah, 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 God knows what. Oh, Jupiter, she's been on I finally got a voice to the name now. Been hearing a lot. I've not heard the live streams properly. We'll try and get her onto Manny's show as well, actually, Jupiter, because I've only heard her voice sometimes. She's quite cockney though. All right, bruv, yeah. You know, I want to keep, and wherever, I don't know what she says. Basically, I've not been listening, but she is quite seems like an interesting character. So I'd like to chat to her. So we'll try and get her onto Manny's. So as I'm walking around here, there's a group of people, yeah, Somalians, Pakistanis, whatever, yeah, I don't know, they all look the same to me. I'm only joking, they all look the same. Basically, they're all heckling me, you know, the pigeon noises as I'm doing the Raj, yeah. As I'm walking around here, around the 5th lap, this I think they were Pakistani guy, I don't know, but they stopped me and they said, Raj, stop. Now let me give you people some advice. If I'm in the middle of my lap of the Raj, don't get in my way. Don't tell me to stop and don't get in my way. Because when I'm in that mood and I'm doing a lap of the Raj, I've got a fixed freaking rotor to go. And if I stop, you disturbing my goddamn flow. Yeah. And so they kept on getting in front of me. That was starting to annoy me. So when they did it, like for that particular time, I have to admit I went pretty ferocious on them pretty quickly. Just the reason I did it is because I don't want to go around saying don't do that. I just want to show people, shut your mouths and don't disturb me. And I have to sometimes be rude in order to get the message across, instead of being nicey 50 times and then the last time I have to lose my temper. Let me just lose my temper the first time. Now let me say something. I didn't realize, but what's it, Lessons for Life, big up Lessons for Life, he was recording, and so I got another view of it and I didn't realize that he was recording. And I have to say, I look a bit mad. I'm not gonna lie, I have to admit I do look a bit crazy. But the reason I'm going to show you the video is because you will hear me call this other guy Pudida, yeah? Now, if the word meant that I was cussing out his mother, don't you think that guy would have went freaking apeshit? Think about this, fat Amaraz, you roly-poly pubeless prick. If I was calling this guy Pudida like 4 to 5 times to his face, don't you think if the word meant, yeah, that I was cussing at his mum, don't you think he would have went crazy on me? No, he didn't, because he knew the word Pudida just means pussy hole. So don't go around saying people, because just on Sunday I proved my point. I've called loads of people Pudida, yeah, loads of them, Pakistani, Punjabis and stuff like that, whatever. They've never turned around and said, why are you cussing at my mum? Not once. So you're using this as a way to justify your behavior by saying that you thought that word was a derogatory word towards your goddamn mother, yeah? So I'm going to play this video quickly, yeah? It's only like 2 or 3 minutes. Lessons for Life, don't freaking strike me, you little prick. Sorry, not prick. So don't strike me, because I'm not going to be dealing with that shit, man. Don't strike me. I'll do it in a minute. What's happened now? Well, let me just restart. The other thing is that Speaker's Corner, the dynamics have changed, in my opinion, since I've been away, for the better. For the better. One of the things that the police were discussing was trying to make Speaker's Corner expand the area so that people are not congregating in just one spot, which is the main area, and it becomes very, very squashy and quite hostile during the summertime especially. So one of the things is Mr. IC3, big up to Mr. IC3. Yeah, I know, Gurdeep. Why have you got such a goddamn long name, Gurdeep? What are you doing, man? Gurdeep, give me thanks for goddamn. I can't remember their bloody ending. What's wrong with you? Change your name. Can't be. I'm just gonna call you Bob or something. God, that's what Gordy do. When I can't pronounce a name, I'm just gonna call you Bob. That's what I did to that Chinese guy. Couldn't pronounce his name. I just called him Bob. I'm gonna freaking read the whole name out. Yeah, but all right. So Shahid saying he's been cursing out mums. Yeah, okay. He's been cursing out mums. Yeah, but the point is that he's lying as to why he cursed out Ards's family. Now, just tell the truth. You're just a prick. Don't try and make out as if, because I heard it and he kept on saying, Ards cussed my, Ards done this first, Ards done that first. No, he didn't. I listened to that conversation. He did not mention anything about your family at all. And then you start running your mouth towards him. Oh, Bacon Lady popped that bloody balloon she did, that big Trump balloon. Big up to Bacon lady. Although, let me just say something. I don't like Trump because people think here for some goddamn reason that I'm a Trump supporter. I do not support Trump. I think Trump is an idiot. Yeah, especially after what he said about the NHS today and all that kind of stuff. So, but I did find it humorous that she tried to pop the balloon. She stabbed it or something like that. So if you look on YouTube on the Sun, Bacon Lady is seen popping the balloon of the big Trump. Let me see if I can find the video. I don't know where it's gone. Is it even there? Oh my god, this freaking thingy is so shit, this phone. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to find something, it's not even. Alright, let me do it again. Let me just read a couple of comments when it's low. I'm trying to find a video. It's not loading up. So let me just see who else has turned up. Can we make it official and call the lions in the horses stable? Yes, Sophia, let's call it the horses stable. They were trying to feed me grass the other day. I thought it was for respect. They were chucking grass on the floor. Like, I was like, what's going on there? I don't remember pigeons eating grass. When I was laughing, cheating to you, it was nothing special. I do that with everyone. But so when Banksy Star says to Jordan M, when I was laugh and cheating to you. So are you saying you cheated on Jordan M? That insinuates that or implies that you were in some kind of relationship with Jordan M for you to cheat. You need to clarify that, because what it says is Jordan M, when I was laugh and cheating to you is nothing special. I do that with everyone. So you cheat on all your boyfriends. Is that what you're trying to say? Well, an exclusive Jordan M and what's his name? Jordan M and thingy, they're both boyfriend and get boyfriends. Jordan M, I didn't know you swung that way. You better get on top of the shard, Jordan M. Jordan M, get on top of the shard. I'll be up there later on. It's only a couple of 100 feet drop. Sharia justice. I'm trying not to be bad. It's Eve today, so it'll be bad. Tell me that bloody video's gone. Oh, all right, better be on here now. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, I think I have to give it a couple of minutes for it to load up. All right, just give it a minute to load. I think I'm waiting too long for it. All right, so you're live. Racist Raj calling a Chinaman Bobby. I know. I didn't name him. No, I think his name was Vinny. If you look at the video of me in Trafalgar Square, there was an artist there that I know called Andy. He referred to the China. I said, who's that Chinese guy? He said his name's Vinny. Then I said, that's a bit weird. And he said, oh, that's the name, his real name. And the guy's name was too long to pronounce that Chinese. So I just called him Vinny as well. So now I kind of understand when white people would go, oh, what's your name? Oh, my name's Rajesh. And they'll go, oh, can't pronounce it. We're going to call you Bob. So I kind of did the same thing to the Chinaman now. Pretty straightforward of me. Oh no, I was about to read that Lewis and Donny comment because they look quite good. I didn't have to stop. I might just read a little bit out. Happy Eid to those celebrating. Happy Eid to everybody. I'm going to try and go Speaker's Corner on Sunday. It's not 100% though. I'll decide on Saturday. I do actually want to go down because I want to discuss a few things that I couldn't discuss on Sunday, but I might take the week after off. I don't know if Rashma Actor, if you're going down, well, I'll make sure I'll bring some cake for that roly-poly. Trump, Tommy, Trump's Tommy, same difference. Got a deep. You're sounding like a freaking SJW cuck. See a lie. Allah Muslim about love. Zara's in the house. Big up Zara. I think I saw. I don't know if I saw you and something. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I was about to say something quite bad. You put your options and family onto you, Jen. All right. What's going on with Jordan M and Banksy? I need to start keeping up to date with these beefs. Amy, Raindrops in the house. Big up Rain. That freaking. I just watched a video. I started watching a video, and it said Raindrop says Islam is demonic. Oh my God! I was like, oh, what a disaster for that. What happened there? I've not listened to it yet, so I need to listen to it. But the title in itself sounded very, very, very damning. So I wasn't sure. I've not listened to it. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but you know what? I think I might have actually put it in the wrong goddamn thing. You know what? I'm having problems loading something up. Let me see if I can load it up again. Yeah, clickbait. Yeah, clickbait. So, yeah, crazy. I was trying to listen, but I didn't really hear anything. You saying anything? I need to go through it. Nick K, Daraj. Yeah, how you doing? Jordan. Jordan. I don't know what this means. I'm not fighting someone who fancies me. Are you talking about Ali Diva, Jordan M? Are you talking about Ali Diva? You're not gonna fight him because he fancies you. I don't know where that is. I don't know. It's a problem about reading comments out of context because I can't understand what the conversation. Oh, Full Shepherd, big up to Full Shepherd for sending me the file from COE. I couldn't download it, so once again, thanks to Full Shepherd. Always helps me out. Now, what happened is I recorded my talk about the 1984 massacre on my phone, but unfortunately, as I was going home, I was so tired for some goddamn reason. I accidentally, instead of hitting one button, I hit another one and deleted the goddamn thing. And so I had to use COE. So, before I go on, when COE comes on, I need to give him 50 big ups. That's the payment that I have to give him and DJ Rizza in order for me to use it. So, here it is. I got it now. All right. So, this is now for people who have watched the video of me. I'll big up to DJ Rizza. Yeah, but I need COE here as well, though. All right, can you tell COE that I did it though? Because I can't be doing it twice. Can't do it twice. So big up to DJ Rizza, man. I use these footage. Now, like I said, when I was being followed about, these individuals tried to stop me. Yeah. Now, if you listen to the conversation, I clearly call these guys Puddida. Yeah. Now, let me say something to you. If I was cussing these guys' mums, or family members, don't you think they would have freaking kicked my head in? Think about it, yeah? Don't you think they would have kicked my head in if Puddida meant about someone's family? So listen to it and watch their reaction. They knew it was insulting, but they 100% knew it wasn't to do with anything to do with family. Because I would never, let me just say something to you. I have a rule. And one of my rules is don't bring people's MUM into anything. It's got nothing to do with them. Yeah. Just because their sons are degenerate excrements, it doesn't mean that I'm going to start cussing at somebody's them. And so I would never, ever do that. And so I personally don't use certain other words that in Punjabi are quite commonplace, like ma and that's MF. So let me, this is from Lessons for Life, from his position, and I didn't see it until I think yesterday. So it's quite funny watching this one. I'm not gonna lie, I quite enjoyed it from this angle. Subscribe to Lessons for Life. So, did you hear me say the word? Now I'm going to say something to you, fat roly-poly, and to anybody that's not Punjabi. If I am saying to a group of men, you're puddi daye, and that meant an insult to their MUM, those guys would have kicked my freaking head in. And the reason they didn't is because it had nothing to do with family. They knew when I called them a puddida, I was just calling them a pussy hole. That's it. Because it would have turned real nasty if I was really insulting their family pretty damn quickly. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have blamed them. If I started cussing out their mum, in the speaker's corner, and I didn't expect myself to get a little bit of heat from that afterwards, then there's something wrong with me. So I want this particular situation laid to rest. I've heard other people that are not Punjabi try, even on Raspik's show, that horsey show last night, that they were trying to say, nah, we see it as this. we're Kashmiris, but we see it as just, we don't give a shit about your Kashmiri language, whatever that bullshit is. Yeah, we don't give a shit about that. It's what we know it to mean, not what you think it means from your goddamn side. Take your freaking Kashmiri language and put it up your goddamn backside, you prick. Got nothing to do with you. Telling a Punjabi, oh, this is what it means. It means, no, we know it means it. No, we mean it. So I'm going to show you, even though I said it then I said it even more. I think I might have said it 6 times here. And look at the guy's face and tell me, does he look like a guy that is his family's been cursed out? Does the guy that I'm calling Pudida look like I'm cursing his family out, or look like a guy who knows what I'm saying is pussy out? Have a look. Oh, big up TNT Greeks, because this is from his view. Big up TNT Greeks.
You know my life. I'm not from the money. I'm not listening to you. I'm not listening.
Oh, can I just say something? The word Baji, yeah, let me say something to you. If you come over to me and you say Baji and then you start talking shit, I'm not accepting the Baji. You understand? Because the word Baji to non-Punjabi speakers means brother, yeah? If you go up to somebody and say, yeah, bro, and then you start talking shit, I'm not taking your bro. I don't want you to call me bro. Just call me whatever you want to do, but don't call me Baji. Baji is a term of respect, yeah, when you're trying to respect an elder or somebody like that, and you're coming in there calling me Baji. That's why I refused to accept his Baji, and I kept saying I'm not taking that bullshit, because I'm not gonna have some freaking little turd like that call me Baji and blah blah blah, and then start talking shit to me.
Who are you? You are not my God. You know why? My God is
What's your name?
You are God. You are
I'm your God.
Okay, you just got
What you're doing, praise out. Listen, say praise out. You pray to me. Listen, this is what you call worship. This is what you call worship. This is what you call worship. You cannot say demonstrate themselves like it's worship me. This is not worship. This is not Please don't show this. Let me say something. I don't give a shit. I know we don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm walking around the park trying to get some diamonds. Oh, that was nice. Whoa! Oh, it's just a normal Sunday. You can't do shit. Yes, let's do the lap. Come on, let's go again.
So I hope that clarifies what I'm trying to say, because you can see from these individuals' faces when I'm calling them Pudida to their face, not one of them, who they were probably Punjabi, not one of them turned around and said, "How dare you say it to my mother?" Oh yes, TNT Greeks is now gonna freaking claim this video, take the 1 penny that I make from advertisement, and probably treat himself to, I don't know, what can you treat yourself to for 1p? Maybe shave that last bit of bald patch off of your head. I don't know. Basically, when it comes to that situation, you can see clearly, this is just on Sunday, that all of those people that were listening, not a single person took it to mean that I was talking about family. Not a single person. Everyone knows when I say puddi da pussy. Yeah. And so if I now let me say something, because I'm going to say that word. Yeah. I'm going to say that word. Yeah. And it's one of the very few Punjabi swear words that I actually use. Yeah. And if you start coming up to me saying, Raj, you're cursing at your mum, you better shut your goddamn mouth, you little prick. I'm not taking that shit. If you're going to start saying, oh, he cursed at my mum, so I'm going to take it to the next level. No, it's not your language. It's not your language. It's the Punjabi language, yeah? And you're interpreting it through your freaking inbred ears, you Kashmiri turd. I've got nothing against my Kashmiri brothers. Let me just say something. Got nothing against my Kashmiri brothers. But you cannot interpret words from your ears of another language and then say that person is insulting my family. Otherwise, everyone would be fighting. Let me give you an example of how mad that is, yeah? Let me give you an example of how mad that is. There is a word, yeah, in Punjabi, yeah? Let me just explain something to you. If you listen to Punjabi, yeah, you will sometimes hear the N-word. Let me say something to you. If you hear people speaking Punjabi, you will sometimes hear them say the N-word, yeah? Seriously. You will hear them say the N-word. But in Punjabi, that doesn't mean what you think it means. Yeah, it's a different meaning. The Punjabi language is thousands of years old. Yeah, so when it comes to that particular thingy, you can mistake that word. If you watch Just Rain, big up to Just Rain, he's a Sikh comedian. He made a joke of it because there's a song, yeah, a song that women sing during the wedding times where the N-word is in the song. And he invites two black mates over. It's a skit, obviously. He invites two black mates over. It's a skit. He's mates, and they pretend that they're listening and they can hear them say the N-word. And the N-word is not meant in a racial derogatory way. It's just a word that is used in the Punjabi language. Yeah, Longa Vacha, yeah, Colin Alleyway. You need to referee this match. TNT Greeks is double up as ticket front. What match? Ophelia is going to be the ringleader. Who's fighting now, for God's sakes? Who's in the match first? Hard Singh Warawat is here. Oh, yeah. So Rashman wants to tell Sophia Lewis. Basically, there's people on the net attacking Rashma like a fat roly-poly pubeless prick Amaraz, saying they're going to smash her head in. There's another guy called Real TV saying he's going to smash her head in. I read a comment yesterday that he's going to chuck a chair at her head or something. And I'm trying to say this here to the Muslim brothers here, don't complain about hijabi women being abused on the street when your own hijabi sister is being abused by your Muslim brothers. Yeah. Don't be freaking hypocrites. You may not agree with her stance or the fact that she goes on certain channels or whatever. But if you're instigating violence towards a hijabi woman and then you're complaining that hijabi women are being attacked in the street, you are a goddamn disgrace. You are human excrement. Human excrement. And I'm sick and tired of it, because the thing is, yeah, I've heard Zabida be threatened, yeah. And the thing is, whatever you think, I know Sia Live is going to go mad. Get that bloody cow. Get that bloody cow. Let me say something. Whether you like Zabida or not, or the Zebedee, the language that I hear people say towards it from men, yeah, towards a female online, and they have no shame in threatening a woman. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about proper threats. You're gonna bust your head open and all that kind of stuff. And people are like, yeah, it's cool, it's fine. And this is a young girl, is like 20 something. Yeah, it's just very. Let me say something from an outside perspective. It doesn't make the Muslim community look good, because what it's showing people from the outside is that you accept yourself abusing your own women, but you don't like other people abusing your women. Yeah, that's what it looks like from an outside perspective. When I see these comments and I see Muslim men totally threatening Rashma Akhtar, Zabida, and even See Alive and stuff like that. With remember, you can be you can say, oh, I don't like this person. This person's a horrible person. They're an idiot, whatever. But oh, is that Christian Malik back? I don't know if that's the real Christian Malik. He's gone a bit mad, these words. So if you want to say you don't like that person, you're a gut-dwelling prick, whatever. But when you start resorting to, I'm going to smash your head in, I'm going to go speaker's corner and punch you in the face and all that kind of stuff, then what you're doing, is just totally degenerate behavior. Totally degenerate behavior. I can't believe this Islamophobe of the highest order, and I'm not really an Islamophobe, but people say I am, has to go around telling people that this behavior is not right. Oh, Christian Malik is back. All right. Where's that little wizard? Where's that little wizard gone? What's his name? Little Oz. Where's that little Harry Potter? I don't know where he's disappeared to. All right. So Speaker's Corner here. A lot of people said, oh, Raj, why didn't you go to the march? Raj, why wasn't you at the march? Raj, why was you at the march? Why wasn't you at the march? Why wasn't you at the march? Why wasn't you at the march? I got there around 20 minutes late, but I was at the march. I just had certain things to do in the morning. And let me say something again to people. When I go to these Sikh events, I have zero confrontation. Just understand this. I get recognized a lot. When I'm walking around, people say, oh yeah, Raj, how you doing, man? We'll see you for thingy. So far, I might get some people say, well, Raj, maybe Speaker's Corner is shit. Why do you go there? Raj, sometimes you behave a little bit thingy. I've had that, like, maybe, you wearing a turban, maybe you should be a little bit more respectful. I've had that, but not a single person has disagreed with my views. This is the important thing. People may disagree with some of my behavior, and even I have to say my behavior has not been the best representation of a Sikh. No doubt about that, but I've never claimed to be what you call a poster boy for the Sikhs or a religious Sikh in that sense. I'm not a Guru Sikh, which is a baptized Sikh. So when it comes to that, so this narrative, that Sikhs all hate Raj is totally debunked whenever I go to these programs. Because for the last 3 months, you might have realized I'm speaking more Punjabi, and the reason I'm speaking more Punjabi is because the more I'm hanging around with Sikhs, the more Punjabi I speak. It just happens. So I'm going to try and keep it. Instead of what happens is that I go to these programs, speak Punjabi, then I stop speaking Punjabi for a long time. I speak a lot of English in my spare time, so I'm going to try and keep speaking Punjabi. So I get into a very bad habit of my Punjabi getting really, really terrible because I don't speak it often enough. So the last 3 months, I've been to so many events. I've had to speak Punjabi all the time. So it's, I'm just going to try and keep it up. I'm going to try and speak Punjabi all the time at home as well now because. Hard Singh Nadawat has said straight, I am not typical for Sikhs. I'm not typical for anybody. You cannot pigeonhole me. And I said the word pigeon. You can't pigeonhole me. You're not going to be able to pigeonhole me as in the Sikh community. You're not going to be able to pigeonhole me within the British community. You're not going to have to pigeonhole me in the human community. And you're not going to be able to pigeonhole me anywhere in the universe. I'm a one-off, a one goddamn freak of nature. That's it. I don't fit in anywhere. Simple as that. Even when I'm with, as much as I love my Sikh brothers and sisters, when I'm in the group, I always feel like an outsider no matter where I go. Whether I go Speaker's Corner, I'm an outsider. Whether I go to a Sikh community, I'm an outsider. I'm always like a lone kind of alien. That's how I always feel. That's why you will always see me walking by myself. I'm always kind of out of the loop of the wider community. And I don't have an issue with that per se. It's actually what is my strength, because I am part of the Sikh community and I love the Sikh community, but I'm not kind of like so engrossed within it. I'm kind of detached from society and I'm talking about society as a whole. I'm detached from society as a whole. So that's what you need to kind of understand. A lot of people see me walking around at these Sikh events by myself and think, oh, that's so sad. Poor lad. Look at him. He's all alone. I freaking love walking by myself. I don't want to have some freaking little prick on my freaking shoulder all day talking all that goddamn thing. I can do whatever I want otherwise. Let me just see what's going on because I want to know what is happening with Jordan M and Banksy. Can somebody explain to me this love triangle with because I only read a bit of a comment that Banksy was saying that Jordan M is cheating on him. Now, this is a problem about reading comments out of context. What do you mean Jordan M is cheating on you? That's implying that you two had some kind of relationship. Who was the top and who was the bottom? Huh? Let's clarify that first. Who was the top and who was the bottom? I think Banksy had to be the top. Banksy, I'm pretty sure he would have been the top. Yeah, he was. Yeah, bro, Banksy would have been the top. No doubt. Jordan M, I can imagine him getting shafted left, right, and center. Only joking. If Jordan M's there on Sunday, I wouldn't mind actually having a chat with him anyway. Kind of carry on the conversation about the whole kind of being British and being Muslim and being all this kind of bullshit and all that kind of stuff. I am going to say something here to the Muslim community. You've got to hire me as your PR agent. This is something that you need to start doing here. You've got to hire me as your PR man. You have no understanding of PR. This is the one thing I've realized, not being away from Speaker's Corner, is there's no self-reflection. So they need a PR man that is outside of the community that can advise them on how to deal with things. Because one of the things that I actually agree with them on, to a certain degree, but they've totally ballsed up in terms of PR, is this situation with teaching 4-year-olds about LGBTQ, the LGBTQ situation, all that kind of stuff. I kind of agree 4 years old is too young, and I also agree that maybe it should be around 8 or above, and so I agree with that. But the way they've dealt with it is like a freaking bull in the china shop. Like, you've made a situation that you actually had a strong moral standpoint for, making it into a situation where you look like complete lunatics. And this is just PR, like, standing outside a school protesting with your kids. We don't want LGBTQ. We don't want this. We don't want you with microphone. Is not a good look. You understand? Whether you're right or wrong, it's not a good look to have children as young as 4 shouting at people on their on outside schools. So Sir Faz is there. How are you going, my man? Happy Eid, my little. I can't call Sir Faz is one of the most confusing people I've met, man. And do you know what? Yeah, Sir Faz. Let me say something to you. You've got to come Speaker's Corner now. You've got to come Speaker's Corner. I've got to meet you, because you're too confusing for me. I need to meet you, like physically need to meet you. Then I can make my mind up how much I hate you. Do I hate you from 1 or do I hate you 0.10? So when are you going to come Speaker's Corner, Sir Faz? Are you going to come Speaker's Corner? Is he? Because the thing is, what I've realized is that there's certain people online I just can't stand. I can't stand them. That little freaking Shia blade liar. You know that Shia blade liar? Online, I hate him. I want to punch his face in and do a freaking flying kick in his ball sack. But with him, in real life, I get on with him. Like, when I meet him, I get on with him. But online, I want to freaking sucker punch the little prick. So I'm hoping that same with Sir Faz, online, your voice is like a freaking something on a chalkboard. You know when you got like on a chalkboard where they're just scraping. That's how your voice is, but I kind of like him. So I need to understand, what is it with Sir Faz that annoys me? Is it just his voice? Because I think if I meet him and I don't just see the voice, I can put a face to him, I can accept the voice. The voice at the moment is too much for me. Whenever I hear his voice, I feel like kicking my freaking TV screen in. And I kind of don't have no issue with him. So I think it's your voice. So try and come Speaker's Corner, show your face, let me see who you are, and then maybe, you know, I can start to be a bit more understanding of, are you one of those people that are hatefully, or is it just that your voice is annoying as hell? Can I tell you something? Can everyone put a number 1 in the comments if Sir Faz's voice is annoying, or is it just me? Now, I'm not saying is Sir Faz annoying, because I think Sir Faz is an okay guy. Let me just clarify something. I think Sir Faz is an okay guy. Yeah. But is his voice annoying? Because I need to understand whether it's just me. All right. So raindrop, we'll put like, he straight away put it like 4 ones. All right. A lot of people. All right. Okay. Oh, Sir Faz has put 4 points. At least he's, let me say something to you. At least he's self-reflective. I hate people that are not self-reflective. They think the sun shines at their goddamn ass. At least he can look and say, okay, my voice is very annoying. This might irritate people. So maybe I can work on that, which is good. Which is good. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not just me. It's man sing. God knows what sing that is. Probably one of those lunatic things that suddenly turn up, be friendly for like a month, and then after a month they start to freaking turn on me like the plague or something like that. They always do that. They turn up. Then within a month I've got like freaking 50 million hate messages. Oh, I am gonna. All right. I forgot about this. I am gonna call out a fellow Sikh. I'm gonna call out a fellow Sikh now. So thank God JK's in the house. You know, I'm so scared to mention JK's name. It's like every time I mention his name, it's like giving him AIDS or something. I don't know. It just feels bad. Like I just cannot. Yeah, you're okay, Sir Faz. Stop begging it. Now you're okay. I can't compliment you too much. I'm just asking for you to come down so I can look at your face and tell me and figure out, is your voice annoying or is it just you? You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy. I think you're a good moral compass. So the main thing is that you got a good morality. If you got a voice that is more irritating than a freaking scratching thingy on a freaking chalkboard, it doesn't matter. I'd rather you have an annoying voice than be a complete prick. You know. All right. So one of the things is that I have certain, let's say, Sikhs that are on the comments and stuff, that no matter what I put up, they will always see the negative, So no matter what I do, I can talk about how alcohol is wrong and how I combated my own alcohol problem and stopped drinking 6 years ago, and how within the Sikh community, this is a big problem that needs to be rectified. Even within that message, you will have people using that against me because I'm telling stories about when I used to be drunk. So no matter what I say, they will use even a good message to put a negative slant on. But somebody, took this to a next level of degeneracy. Somebody took this to a next level of degeneracy. Now, if you see this person on the comment sections, I want you to ask them, if there's any Sikhs in the comment sections right now, I want you to ask this individual a certain question. Now, on Sunday, I went Speaker's Corner. I went to Trafalgar Square and I went Speaker's Corner and I did a, let's just say, a monologue to camera about what the 1984 rally was about and why 1984 to the Sikhs is a very painful and open wound that is still not resolved, even today, 35 years later. When I did this video, I made it very clear that although I am a Khalistani in the sense that I want a separate state for Khalistan, this was not about Khalistan, what I was going to talk about. And it was not about anything to do with the rights and wrongs of Bhindranwala or the rights or wrongs of Khalistan. The whole talk was for me to explain how the situation, the timeline, how from June the 1st, yeah, how it escalated to October the 31st when Indira Gandhi was assassinated, and then how the Sikhs were then massacred and persecuted by the Indian government. I made it very clear and almost non-political in terms of my personal grievances in that way. And all Sikhs agree. You don't have to agree with Khalistan. You don't have, you can think Bhindranwala was wrong. You can think whatever you want, yeah. But the Khalistanis, whether you think they're right or wrong, yeah, is not the issue on these marches. The march is about, or the June the 3rd event is about the atrocities committed against innocent Sikhs in the riots, yeah. And so you have, I'll big up something the Pindalawala, yeah, Shivadata. So you have this individual. So I think in terms of me trying to describe the timeline and everything, I think I did as best as I could. I've listened to it back. I don't think I missed out anything too severe, and I tried to keep it apolitical without my views interfering too much. So, but what happened was that we have this individual here, and I'm going to read a bit of their comment, because as a Sikh, yeah, when you're listening to a fellow Sikh, even if you hate that man, yeah, even if you think that man's the biggest idiot, even if you think that man, yeah, is human excrement, yeah, when he is talking about the deaths and the murder of your fellow brothers and sisters by the Indian government, I will say to you this: shut your mouth. Yeah, shut your mouth. And if you've got nothing constructive to write, then shut your mouth and put that pen up your goddamn backside, you little prick. Because instead of writing about what happened to the Sikhs and how wrong it was, what does he do? This particular individual called D.S. Rai. So remember the D.S. Rai. I'm talking about the massacre of the Sikhs. And instead of commenting about this was wrong, blah, 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 guess what this degenerate human excrement talks about? Yeah, go to the video on COE, go to DS Rai and ask him, why is he not commenting on the injustice against the Sikhs that were killed, and why is he criticizing me and Bhindranwala? So let me read it to you, yeah? So DS Rai goes, so he says he's lost weight or just standing further away. So all he can obsess about at the moment is my weight. Yeah. He doesn't care about the Sikhs that were murdered, 20,000. All he can obsess about is how goddamn much weight I've lost. Yeah, and I've lost a good amount of weight. I think still need to lose maybe another half a stone, but yeah, it's good. Yeah. Walking around like freaking, someone said I was walking around like the milkman, you know, the milkman train man, like that freaking guy all in black. So he says, what's been the difference? I'm Sikh myself, can honestly say that the majority of Sikhs were not and still not in favor of Khalistan. Firstly, this is not about Khalistan, the rights and wrongs, but about the injustice towards the Sikhs in terms of how they were persecuted and massacred in that genocide. Yeah, he's still not mentioned the deaths of the Sikhs. Yeah, this shows you the degeneracy and savagery of this freaking inbred retard. Yeah, I said you're inbred. Those guys brought weapons into the Golden Temple, and what follows was their fault entirely. What followed? So listen to this, yeah. What followed was their Bhindranwala's fault entirely. So all of the fault of the Golden Temple being destroyed was Bhindranwala's fault entirely. This sounds like the what you call the kind of apologetics for groomers. Yeah, the apologetics for groomers who say it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. It's got nothing to do with the goddamn rapist. It's the parents' fault. This is the kind of bullshit this DS Rai, who supposedly is Sikh. I'm pretty sure he's not from some of the comments he's made, but that's what he said he is. Yeah, I visited a temple as a kid, and at that time it wasn't a pleasant experience due to men carrying rifles where people had come to pray. Indians are so upset that Rajas disassociated from them. Not. Indians are so upset that Rajas disassociated them. Not. Obviously, he was trying to be funny. What a plank. I would say the same about humankind. So you can read the whole comment. Go to COE, go to the comment by DS Rai, and ask this degenerate, yeah, why he feels it's necessary to write a comment only attacking me, yeah, and attacking Bindrawala and saying it's Bindrawala his entire fault. Yeah, he doesn't mention the Indian government. He doesn't mention that bitch. Yeah, and let me say something. Yeah, let me say something here. Yeah, because I forgot to say this. I'm sick and tired of people when I'm talking to camera. Let me even give some warning to people. Yeah, when I'm talking to camera, yeah, and I'm doing a monologue, and I say someone's a bitch or whatever, it's none of your goddamn right to interfere and go, right, how dare you say that about her? That's what happened on that day. I called Indira Gandhi a bitch. I didn't say I wanted her to die. I just called her a bitch. And you know what? She is a bitch. She's worse than a bitch. She's a freaking freak of nature, that freaking nasty cow. And so I can say what I want about her. Yeah, I'm not cool. I'm not instigating violence. So people are trying to stop me. Oh, you can't say this. You can't say that. I'm not going to lie. If this was a couple of weeks ago and I was Raj 5.5, I would have done what I did with Heiko. Remember Heiko jumped into my conversation when I called India a third world country. Oh, you can't call Pakistan a third world country. You can't call India. And I just went turd for like 1 or 2 minutes until he left. Now, I was going to do that on that day and just say, bitch. But I was like, no, be the better man. Let's not this low because it's a very serious topic. So when we're in Speaker's Corner, don't try and dictate to people the words that we use to describe certain things. We're not on the goddamn road. We're at Speaker's Corner where people are used to people using quite loaded words to describe stuff. So this is the thing about it. I mean, they were trying to curtail my free speech again, those goddamn lunatics. And this time it was from the bloody lefties. Yeah, so with this DS Rai here, I want people to my Sikh brothers, if you can go over there and find out from that individual why he thinks that the Bindrawala is entirely to blame for the massacre of the Sikhs and the storming of the Golden Temple. That the Indian government doesn't take no responsibility, and the individuals and myself, who is trying to bring up, I'll put Dida, we speak dunya. Yeah, I know put Dida. I think I started it. Do you know what I've realized is sometimes I say, look, is it coincidence here? Let me ask this question here. Is it a coincidence that I come back to Speaker's Corner, and there's a video on TNT Greeks, which has got like 9,000 views already, So TNT Greeks, on Box Office Gold sometimes, you know that. And so I'm in that video saying Pundida, The next day, you have the Pundida gate, which is like the kind of like, well, let's just say this kind of furore about what it means. Is it coincidence, or was it that because I said it, that people started saying it more? It's kind of like when I say, I ain't paying that bullshit jizya, and then people start saying, I ain't paying that bullshit jizya. I've got a feeling it is because I just remember the next day, after me saying it, this was some problem on a live stream. So I've got a feeling they must have watched that video and it got stuck in the head. I don't know what else. I should be doing Manny's show on Friday. I should be able to come on, what is it? Sunday, I'm hoping. I'll have to see. Yeah, Raj sets the trend at speed. Nah, you do, Colin Alleyway. Was you fasting, Colin? Colin, was you fasting? Can I ask you? Was you fasting? Colin, was you fasting? Say yes or no. Marvin Khan saying, thoughts and Gazwal Tal Hind. In your dreams, pussy hole. Pudida. Alex gonna call you Pudida. I don't like saying the word Pudida at home because my mum understands what the word means. So I'm trying not to say words that are too loaded inside the house. Yeah, it ain't happening, you freaking Gazwal Tal Hind. Right. Look. I haven't freaking moved the thing up. All right, so I'm going to end it in a minute. Let me just read a couple of comments and see if there's anything interesting. I'm trying to think. Speaker's Corner. I'll tell you something here. I think it's kind of a little bit unfair that Mr. IC3 has created this space, which must have cost a lot of money in terms of if you go there, the chairs are not cheap. What he's got there must have cost him quite a lot of money, and to carry it there all the time seems like quite a trek. I'm not sure. I might actually speak to PC Bomb, snitch, and see if they can maybe he's allowed to store the stuff. Maybe they should get him somewhere he can store his stuff so he doesn't have to always carry it, and maybe people can like do some kind of fund, like a fund for him. Yeah. Now I'm going to say something to you. I'm not contributing to the fund. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Yeah, I'm saying set the fund up, but I'm not contributing. Yeah, and I'm not even joking. I'm not contributing because I've got too many other things to do. What I would do is to just promote it. That's my contribution. Yeah, but other people should contribute. Yeah, me, I would just highlight. That's my kind of Let me say something. If I'm doing a lot of hard work trying to highlight this, why should I have to contribute? It's like somebody doing like children in need, and they're doing the presenting, and then you're asking for them to do the goddamn money as well. You know, I can do the thing about let's do this. Everybody else just start contributing. Let me just try and get the thingy. Oh my god, my computer's gone freaking goddamn mad, man. Yeah, I'm giving free promotion for God's sakes, Colin. Did you was you fasting, Colin? What? I don't look. I wasn't going to say this here, but Colin, just listen to me. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I jumped onto your live stream earlier, and you put on weight. You're supposed to be goddamn fasting. How did that happen to you? You look like you put on a bit of weight. I'm trying to be honest with you. I will say something that he does carry the weight quite well, though. For a fatty, he does carry it well. But the thing is, I need to say something to you, Colin. As somebody that has been 18 stone at one time, right now I'm like 12, yeah, but I've been 18 stone. When you're at that weight, you may feel okay, but trust me, yeah. When you lose it, you're gonna be like, oh my god, man, this feels great. You've got to shed a bit of that flab off. It's not good for you. Also, it puts a lot of strain on your heart. So when you're riding Rat Boy, you can give him a bit more of a I don't know, get more of a giddy up when you're doing your little thing with him. Because at the moment you probably kill him. I can imagine him drowning in flab. Right, that was a bit too much. You know, I can't. Do you know what? I was gonna go up in the comments, but for some reason my. All right. Let me see if it works now. I can't seem to go up on my. Oh, my figure's gone mad. All right. No, what's happening? All right, it's working now. Yeah. Do you know one good thing I've realized that's good? Yeah. Let me say something. As an artist, I have to carry a lot of equipment when I'm going places. What I've realized is that this is some of the best exercise, because when you're carrying a backpack with easels in, and the easels are all wood, yeah, and then you're carrying two portfolios or a portfolio that is very heavy, and then you're walking around places upstairs, that you may not think is being exercise, but that is some damn good exercise. It's only after, when I started looking back, that I could imagine I must have burnt up a lot of calories doing these exhibitions, and I did quite a few of them. So yeah, I'm not saying that you should start walking around like, with easels and stuff. I'm saying maybe put some, I don't know, carry some tomato. Oh, is it what's heavy? What like a melon in a bag or something? I don't know. What do they do? What do you put in a bag to make it heavy? Maybe a melon or a chicken. I don't want to say chicken because I'm vegetarian. But put something heavy. The melon's heavy. I'm going to read a couple of thingies. Punjabis. Oh, let me say something, yeah. Let me say something else. I listened to a bit of. All right, so let me explain something, yeah. Now, when it comes to Raspik show, yeah, he was saying to me, Raj, why you're scared to come on my show, The Lion's Den? You don't want to come on because we bun fire on you and all that bullshit. Let me say something, yeah. Your show is garbage. Your show is a bit like the Jeremy Kyle show. I like to watch it, but I'd never go on the Jeremy Kyle show. I like to watch it because I'm listening to degenerates of society talking, a few degenerates. So for me, I like listening to Raspik, but the same way I would watch Jeremy Kyle but never go on Jeremy Kyle, yeah, that's how I see that show. I like to listen to it, but I won't go on it. I'm not going to lower myself unless some real boundaries were set where no one could mute me. There's only one or two people on there that I know, because what happens when you go on there, they start to mute you, over talk you. There's like 9 people against 1. You can't do anything here because people are just over talking you, muting. And then what happens is that you look like you've kind of like lost the battle, even though in reality you probably freaking well won the battle. I don't watch cricket, you Van Dam. Do you look like somebody watches cricket? It's a freaking boring ass sport. I'd rather watch freaking I don't know, tomato rock than freaking watch cricket. Yeah, bloody boring as anything, man. For God's sakes, I don't understand why people get so excited for that bullshit game. I will say something else. I heard a lot of anti-Bengali rhetoric the other day. What Van Dam doesn't understand, yeah, he's Bengali. He thinks, yeah, his fellow Bengalis, his fellow Muslims from Pakistan respect Bengalis to the same degree that they respect other Punjabis. They don't. Listen to Raspik's live stream when a Pakistani guy got on there and he was calling you fish munching this. I didn't say it. He says you're eating machi all the time. You're this and you're that. You're not like us, yeah? So when you listen to Pakistanis and the way they talk towards Bengalis, Pakistani Punjabis respect Sikhs more than Bengalis. I'm telling you that straight now. And I'm not even saying that to be controversial. I'm saying that as a goddamn fact. Because they, although we have not got the same religion, ethnically, we're the same people. Yeah. And so they see us ethnically on the same level. They don't see you as the same level. It's as simple as that. And I'm not saying you aren't, because you are, but it's the goddamn truth. And this is why a lot of Bengalis are begs. Like at Speaker's Corner, they're begs. Yeah, they go around freaking trying to beg to be liked by their thingy. But I know you're Bengali, Rashma. I love the book. Let me say something, yeah. Some of my best friends when I was growing up were Bengalis. Some of the best people I've met have been Bengalis. But these are not Bengalis like at Speaker's Corner. The Bengalis you meet at, not you, Rashma. I'm talking about people at Speaker's Corner. The Bengalis at Speaker's Corner, not Rashma Akhtar, but the Bengalis like Gay Dunia, Saidi, these guys here are beg Bengalis. The Bengalis I used to know were freaking hard nuts, yeah. These Bengalis didn't give a shit about, Pakistani, they used to be proud of where they're from. These Bengalis at freaking Speaker's Corner, when you speak to them, they want to be everything apart from Bengali. They're not proud of where they're from, the Bengalis at Speaker's Corner. And that's why you see Gay Dunia and them lot, and all of these guys, they act a particular way. They're trying to be the lapdogs of the Pakistanis. And on the live stream, there was a Pakistani guy. He was cussing out Bengalis, calling you eating machi and stuff like that. And that is the kind of shit I used to hear when I was growing up in a majority Pakistani area. Yeah. and I had a few Bengali mates and stuff. So you Van Dam, don't think your East Pakistan, West Pakistan brothers like you, man. They like us more than they like you, and that's a sad fact. There's no doubt about that. Ask any Pakistani from Punjab. Say, are the Sikh people closer to us than the Bengalis? Yeah, they will say the Sikhs are closer to them than the Bengalis, just ethnically. Religiously, obviously not, but ethnically, which is a big thing because we share the same language, we have the same kind of culture and stuff like that. So don't start begging your little freaking bum buddies trying to be part of the. Yeah, big up. Let me say something. Big up the Bengalis though, but not the Bengalis. Let me say something. Since I've been Speaker's Corner, I've never met Bengalis like I've met the Speaker's Corner. Never. Yeah. The Bengalis I used to know were nothing like this. I don't know what's happened to them. The Bengalis I used to know were freaking hard nuts. These ones are freaking pussy holes, most of them. Yeah. West Bengalis and East. I don't know, but I don't know West and East Bengalis. I don't know. Yeah, you're the best, Rashma. Rashma is the best. Of course, Rashma, you're the best. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your brothers, like that Gay Dunya. You have that other one, Saeed El. You have these few other ones that are down there that are very, very bad for your community. Those ones are losers, man. Dead up losers. I mean, Sir Faz, I think Sir Faz is all right. Asif is Bengali as well. He's another guy. Some of the guys on the live stream are good, but I'm talking about most of them in Speaker's Corner are not. Can we get now? Everybody, let's try and get Sophia Lewis to try and fix in a date when she's gonna come back. Like, when is the date? I've got so many topics I need to speak about, but I need you there. I need you there. I've told you before, you're kind of like a prop, and not in a bad way. I've told you, I need. Like when I'm talking about something, I need to have a human face to it, and you're the best when it comes to that, because not only do you confuse people, because people on the one hand want to grab you and marry you, on the next hand want to kill you. It also gives me an opportunity to humanize certain situations. So she needs to come back quick, man. I don't know whenever she. Yeah, you need to be the prop. A good prop though. Don't worry, you do it well. You do it well. Do it well. Taz Devil, when will I retire from? Still 20 years. So I'm 43 now. I'm planning to retire like 63 or 60, something like that. Big up Hakita Day. So around 60, yeah. So I'm planning to stay around. I think going there until your 60s is okay. After that, I can't go around when I'm 70 years old. I ain't paying that bullshit jizya. I ain't paying that bullshit jizya. Snip. It's going to look ridiculous because after 60 something, yeah, I'm going to have a white beard and everything. I'm going to look ridiculous. So I have to cut it off at a point that I think I will still look relatively. I can still pass for like maybe 55-year-old or something like that. I think I can look younger than I am. So as long as I keep the weight off. So yeah, probably around 60. After that, I don't think I could go because I don't want to embarrass myself as an old man running around going snip. All right, so I'm off. I'm just going to read a couple of comments and then I'll need to start drawing. Money doesn't bring happiness to me. Yeah, look at that. Listen to what Rashma Akhtar said. Rashma Akhtar said something really good. Like, it's like something you know, one from these kind of like when they're giving you kind of philosophical sayings. So Rashma Akhtar says, LOL, it's never going to happen. Money doesn't bring happiness to me, but people brings happiness. Raj, yeah, it's true. It's true. I wouldn't say people because I don't really like people as a whole, but I think doing your own thing and accepting yourself and doing things that you want to do rather than what society wants you to do will bring you happiness. So, you know, when people are telling you, you got to fucking work 9 to 5 in the grind. Oh, you got to get married, blah, blah, blah. And then you're like, all right, and you do it, and you're miserable. You look like you're freaking more being tortured for the rest of your life. Happiness is when you do what you love to do, and screw what people think. Obviously, when it doesn't work out, and you're living on the street in a cardboard box, you might want to reconsider. You might want to reconsider your options. You might want to start working at least somewhere. So if I suddenly in a cardboard box outside Trafalgar Square or Marble Arch, because being an artist isn't the easiest life. Yeah, get that. You need see alive, yeah. As a female, yeah. As a female, whether you like the Zebedee, yeah, whether you like the Zebedee or not, or whether you like, I don't know if you like Rashmak, I don't know. You cannot accept your Muslim brothers disrespecting your Muslim sisters, especially a hijabi sister, so fervently online, threatening to knock them out and stuff. You like, all right, so forget about the Zebedee. I don't want to make it complicated, because if you start putting the Zebedee in there, See Alive has a malfunction in her brain. She starts going no, she can't do it. So when it comes to Rashma, I'm not asking you to do it. I'm saying that if you want to do this, yeah, when it comes to a couple of individuals whose comments I've actually seen, yeah, there's a guy called Real TV. I don't know. Do you know Real TV? Who knows Real TV? Because he's written some disgusting comments yesterday or the day before. Like, do you not know Real TV? Is he a mod on your channel, Sia? Let me see if he's a mod. Yeah, no, I don't care if he's bipolar, the little prick. Oh, I'm bipolar, so you can act like a prick. No, you know right from wrong when it comes to how you treat women, yeah? You don't go on a freaking on a live stream on Raspik saying I'm going to come down to Speaker's Corner and chuck a chair in your head. I'm going to smash your head open and all that kind of stuff in the comments and all that kind of shit. You know right from wrong. If someone said it to your mother, you wouldn't be happy. So you know right for goddamn wrong. Don't give him that excuse. Yeah? Don't give him that excuse that he's bipolar. Everyone uses that freaking bipolar bullshit. Oh, I was about to kill you. I'm bipolar. No, there comes a limit where you know what's right from wrong. If they wouldn't accept it for their own family, then you know they know it's wrong. Ask him, would he accept his own sister being spoken to like that? And if he says no, then you know he's not bipolar. He's just a prick. So with that Real TV and Mr. Amaraz is the next nastiness when it comes to the Zebedee and Rashma. I don't know what's wrong with that freaking degenerate. Oh, Yuvan Van called his Muslim brothers the P word, the Paki word. What a racist. Yeah, I should be, Rashma. I think so. I'm hoping to come Sunday. I'm hoping, but I'm not 100%. It's like 95%. If I come on Sunday, I'm going to bring a cake and we're going to record a short interview with you and we're going to do it eating cake. Yeah, so let's try and do that. Can you do that? Are you allowed to eat cake now? I don't know. I can't remember if fasting's over. Is she allowed to eat cake? So we'll call it the Mr. Amaraz Cake Edition. And what we'll do, we'll have an interview. We'll talk. We'll eat cake. And we'll talk about how he is a kuffar and how he is a degenerate and how he is a complete disgrace to humanity and human excrement. Yeah, I'll talk to both you and the Zebedee, but we'll eat cake as we're doing it. Can you eat cake, Rashma, now? I don't know if they can eat cake. I don't know if they're allowed to eat cake now. Are you allowed to eat cake now? I can't remember if it's still going on, the fasting, is it? Can you eat cake, Rashma? Just say yes or no. No point me bringing a cake to Speaker's Corner. You can't goddamn eat the thing. Can you eat cake? I was about to shout at Rashma. Is she allowed to eat cake now? Apparently, according to Raspik, who is on the autistic spectrum? Who's on the autistic spectrum? Not that he's not one of my freaking people. You're mad. Are you saying that Mr. Amaraz is in the autistic spectrum? Never. 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 Oh yeah. What I'll do, yeah, I'll get a cake. I'll make sure, I don't know, I'll try and get, I don't know, maybe little cupcakes, yeah. And then as we're doing it, we'll eat and we'll talk about what's been going on and stuff. We'll do a cake edition. What's it called when a Sharik edition? Like he's not Muslim anyway, because he bloody well celebrates birthdays and stuff. So shut up, he is. Autism dad. Now autistic person's turned up. She's were talking about autism dad turned up. What do you mean? Let me. Oh, Miss London Uriba's here. You're mad. He's on the autistic spectrum. Bullshit. He's a liar. He said to me on a thingy, he's got mental health issues. He's got this. He's got that. I know what people on the autistic spectrum are like. They're not like that freaking human excrement. They don't behave like that. Yeah, I'm doing takfeed, autism takfeed. Yeah, autism takfeed. I'm doing it. I'm apostating him from the bloody autism. I've never met someone. He needs to show me an actual NHS diagnosis. You can't just say you're autistic. Oh, I'm autistic. No, I've got an actual certificate. I've actually got an NHS diagnosis from 2012. I want to see the diagnosis because I know a lot of people that think they're on the autistic spectrum. Yeah, they might be, they might not be, but you can't just throw that out there for bad behavior. You can't throw out. So if you're misbehaving and you say, "Oh, I'm an autistic," yeah, I do that a lot actually. I always do that. I say, "I'm an autistic spectrum. I can't help it." And then I just start behaving like a madman and start trashing the whole place. No, I'm only joking. I never. Let me say something. Yeah, I have very rarely ever used the fact that I've been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome to condone bad behavior. It's not acceptable to say I'm on the spectrum. This is why I do X, Y, Z. In my opinion, it's like you're making excuses for bad behavior. Yeah, you can say you have autism, and maybe people can appreciate. Maybe you may see things slightly differently, but don't use it as an excuse to get out of things. There's so many times I could have done that with my own family. Oh, you know, when they're shouting at me, because I'm a nightmare. Let me say something. I'm a nightmare to live with. A nightmare to live with. I'm one of the worst people to live with. I could just say to my family, deal with it because I'm on the autistic spectrum. I've got Asperger's syndrome. I've never said that. I've accepted it and said, yeah, I've got bad habits. I'm going to try and, yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. It's true. I'm gonna try my best to try and rectify. One of them, yeah, which you lot don't understand, is that you might have realized recently that I don't shout as much. Ask yourself, why do I not rant and rave as much? Yeah, you know when I used to go, I ain't paying that bullshit. Yeah, I still want to do it, but the reason I'm not doing it is because I've been told by my family that it's disturbing everyone around the house. You can hear it all the way in the goddamn garden. And so if it's disturbing, especially my mum, and she's telling me, look, this is causing problems, it's not letting me sleep, I'm not going to do it. I'll tone it down. So some people like think, oh, Raj has become more calm. No, I'm just as freaking deranged as I was before. But what I'm doing is being more considerate of people around the house. There was a time I didn't realize there was relatives downstairs, and I was shouting my head off, saying, "I ain't paying that bullshit, jizya. Snip, 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 snitch, snitch. Oh, you're lulla this," and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So when I'm saying that, these people can understand that downstairs. Yeah, what a lulla is. Yeah. And so it's the whole house. It resonates. That wall there is just plasterboard. That's plasterboard. So my voice just travels straight through it, and if the next door is not closed, it just goes around the house. So I have to be more considerate of my family. So as much as I love to shout, if there's people in the house and it's late like now, I will not shout too much. So you can see how I've tried to improve my behavior. I could easily just say, like that fat Amaraz, I'm on the autistic spectrum. I can shout whatever I want. I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm going to keep shouting. I don't care what anyone thinks. No, I still have to take responsibility and say, this is affecting the rest of the people. And I can't use the fact that, maybe I am quite insular in my thinking in order to get away with bad behavior. So to that fat roly-poly Amaraz, shut your mouth. You're not on the autistic spectrum until you goddamn show me. Otherwise, we're going to have an autistic face-off. Yeah, let me say that. We're going to have an autistic face-off, you fat prick. Show me your goddamn certificate. Show me your NHS diagnosis. Don't tell me you're a goddamn somebody on the autistic spectrum if you have not been diagnosed, just so that you can do bad behavior. Because I hate shit like that. Even though I do that myself sometimes. But at least I know when I'm doing it. I'm trying not to do it. Anyway, oh my God, this is the problem with live streams. 2 hours I've been talking. Let me say something. I've said it before, yeah. The reason I have to stop doing live streams is the time it takes. I was planning to do an hour. It's nearly 2 hours already. Yeah. And this is the problem. That's 2 hours out of my day when I'm supposed to be doing other stuff. So I'm going to try and limit my live streams as much as I possibly can. Yeah, try and come on. I will try my best to come on Sunday. And if you're down, bring the Zebedee down as well, the Zebedee. And we'll do a little chat to camera on my camera. And maybe we'll get COE to get it on there as well. And we'll talk. Yeah, I think one thing I want to talk about is online abuse against females and the hypocrisy of, people saying that, oh, our hijabi sisters are getting abused on the street, and you're abusing the same hijabi sisters online. But that's cool. That's cool. You can abuse them as much as you want. But other people can't abuse them. Yeah, bring out that little Zebedee. I want to see a horse race. Oh my God. Watching shopping ever. Yeah, true. Utopian line. Quite embarrassing. Oh, Miss London Yoruba. Well, I got to say, I've enjoyed it. Yeah, Jupiter. Let's get Jupiter on. Can't remember. I've only heard snippets of her talking, but she does sound quite. Sounds quite common. Is that bad to say that? I don't know. Quite common, sort of. Just a down to earth. All right, how you doing, mate? Yeah. Let's just go down and get an Indian. Yeah. Let's go get. I don't know. Just kind of your down to earth, kind of common, normal person. When I say common, I don't mean peasants or anything like that. Like Manny, when Manny says the word common, he means like you're a peasant. I mean common in the sense that you're just like a down to earth kind of person who's like working class and blah blah blah, and you're not ashamed of that, which is good. Yeah, she said that. Nah, I'm working class and proud. Leave it, babe. Yes, Leave. Thank you very much. Yes. I will. Yeah. No. Let me say something. I do enjoy the live streams. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy them. They're very therapeutic for me as well because it lets me get my energy out. But like I said, it may be good for me, but it's not good for the whole of, I was going to say society. And maybe it's not good for society, but it's definitely not good for people around me if I'm shouting too much and stuff like that. So that's what I'm just trying to say. What I'm trying to do is be more considerate around people around me. Oh, yeah. Let me say something about Tommy Robinson. The last thing I'm going to say. Romy Tomlinson. I was drawing, really concentrating drawing. And I had the TV on because I was listening. I was listening to an interview with Sargon of Akkad. Yeah. So go to YouTube and write Sargon of Akkad BBC interview. So I'm just listening to the interview and I'm like, all right. And the thing is, what people don't realize is that I have actually met Sargon of Akkad a few times. And I personally do not understand why people see him as being a racist or somebody that is an extremist. I really do not know. Hello, Sonia, whatever as well. So I don't understand it because I've met him in real life and I've listened to his podcasts and stuff. And I don't think he has said anything that controversial. Now, what he said about this MP was totally wrong. No doubt about it. It was just a bad joke, yeah. But it doesn't mean he is a freaking devil for saying it. Now, what was happening is that they were trying to corner him, and the way they tried to corner him, guess how they tried to corner him? Guess what they used to corner Sargon of Akkad on BBC, primetime BBC. Guess whose name was read out? So the BBC reporter is going, well, did you read this comment? Romy Tomlinson said, I just didn't spat my freaking stuff out. Freaking Romy Tomlinson was mentioned on the BBC like 3 goddamn times by the news reporter. And that bloody thing totally buried that freaking Sargon. He was actually the person that caused these freaking downfall. The reason why Sargon of Akkad didn't freaking win any seats is because of Romy Tomlinson. Listen to it. I nearly spat my freaking dummy out. It was unbelievable. And then they kept on mentioning it. And then Sargon said, I don't know who Romy Tomlinson is. And I was like, I know who Romy Tomlinson is. Then I thought to myself that maybe Romy Tomlinson is gone into hiding because of the heat of maybe people trying to find out who Romy Tomlinson is. But no, it's the complete opposite. He loved it. He was like, yeah, I'm famous. I did it. I was actually a bit worried for him because I hadn't heard from or seen him for a bit. But he was reveling in his notoriety now. So we can thank him for destroying Sargon of Akkad's career. Poor Sargon of Akkad. Rod, you may draw a pic of me now, Rod. Yeah, I don't know what I can draw. Maybe I'll draw you sucking off Sargon of Akkad. I don't know. Maybe give it to Sargon after. Because you know, Sargon of Akkad actually used my artwork of 1984 is here on his thumbnail. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you destroyed his career. Wait, do you know what it is? Because I actually know Sargon of Akkad, yeah, and I'm friends with him on Facebook. When I see him next time, I'm going to do a whole interview, because I interview him whenever I see him. I'm going to do a whole interview about how Romy Tomlinson destroyed his UKIP career. Yeah. Hopefully I can find Romy Tomlinson's house address, real name, picture, occupation, and then I'll just give it to Sargon of Akkad, and he can destroy him like the way he destroyed his life. Romy Tomlinson, man, oh my God. There you go. Everybody go to, after this is ended, go and Google Sargon of Akkad on BBC, and around 4 to 5 minutes in, they start to read out Romy Tomlinson's comments, which totally buried Sargon of Akkad. Like, literally destroyed his career. And Romy Tomlinson has no remorse. No remorse whatever. All right, I'm off then. Who saw Sargon of Akkad's video on John Cleese's comment? Yeah, all right. So John Cleese here. This is another situation. I'll talk about this on Friday, hopefully, about he doesn't feel like London is English anymore. But it's not really English anymore. So he's just stating a fact, isn't he? He's not being racist. He's just taking an observational fact. If you go to certain areas, it's not English. It's you could say it's British in the sense that, you know, we are British, but we have our own flavor now. So it's like, if you go to Southall, it's like mini Punjab. Yeah. So it's just a fact. Like, I don't go to Southall thinking, oh yeah, this feels like an English town. This feels like England. Yeah, this feels like England. No, it feels, even when we was younger, we used to go Southall, and there's a seat capital, like many seats at the time, and we used to always say this is like a home away from home, like Punjab, a mini Punjab. And so saying that, I don't think it was controversial as well. I just think it was a fact that London, London for Southall is like Cornwall or something, or some freaking, like, you know, it just doesn't make sense. So I understand what you're saying, that London is one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world, isn't really what he grew up with, which was that, you know, in the 60s, 70s, it was just as white as snow. Yeah, white as snow. Powers, I don't know, I can't even think of how power do white people get in groups? I'm gonna have to observe. I have to see if I got like 50 white people, how power do they get once they're in a group? So I'll think about that particular word. Power. I was about to say power as pigs, but then that sounded bad, so I refrained from saying it. But I've said it already now. All right, so I'm going to go now. Hopefully, I'll do a show on Friday, and then we might talk about that more then. And Jupiter, all right, bro. You want to come on the show on Friday, Jupiter? Yeah. I'll try and bring TOTN, great TOTN. You'll have a Cockney brother, and we'll go down to the pub and bust a nut. Yeah. What about that? How'd you say? Yeah, you want to come down to the pub? See, look how racist that is. Look how racist that is. Automatically, I'm talking about pubs and busting nuts. If they did that in an Indian accent, oh, bad, ding, ding, let's go to the shopkeeper. They will be freaking prosecuted. But as me, the little brown man, I can say, God damn it, you think I want? Yeah, busting nuts. Yeah. So we'll try and get Jupiter on there. Maybe have a chat with it. So try and keep your diary free on that day. Try not to go down to the pub and get drunk. Is that racist to say that? I don't know. Many speak and try to describe him. Better word than everything. I don't know. God knows. When are you still sober? When are you still sober on a Friday? We're trying to arrange it. Our thoughts on Modine. What can I think about a man that wears a wig? And normally when people wear wigs, the wig is there to try and make them look better. But for some reason, he wears a wig that makes him look like Krusty the Clown. So I don't know. I can't really talk about it. I don't know. I don't hate him or anything, but I don't like the fact that, I truly believe that he abused his wife. And I don't like that about him. Yeah, I mean, he's saying he didn't, but I truly believe he did. And I can't kind of separate the two. Anyway, take care, everybody. I'm off. And yeah, where's stop? Oh my God, everyone's asking mad questions like JK. We'll talk about it on Friday, JK. God sakes, you don't even turn up onto our shows anymore because you've got a fatwa on your head. Fatwa. JK's got a fatwa on his head from the what is it? The internet police, internet Muslim community. He's got a fatwa on his head. He can't come onto our shows anymore. Anyway, bye-bye. I'm off.